My professional best boss is a gentleman who runs the Methodist Health System in Memphis, Tennessee, and his name is Gary Shorb. I went there to run the Children's Hospital, which is one of 7 hospitals in a large system. There were some things in the community that needed to get done, to be addressed. Gary and I worked together on some major initiatives that were not only going to improve the Children's Hospital, but the community that we served. And in that, I think he saw that I was willing to go out on a limb, to do some things that maybe were climbing a big hill, but trying together was really just an extraordinary experience. So when the chief operating officer of the entire system decided to retire at a very early age, Gary tapped me on the shoulder to lead the entire system as the chief operating officer and be his number 2 person. I couldn't have asked for a better mentor and coach. I came from an organization before I went to Methodist where you had to be perfect and you were worked out of a platform of fear on many levels. And so to go into an organization for 6 years where I learned a totally different way to be effective allowed me then to lead in a much more holistic way, but I always felt confident that he had my back. And I had his back. And he was the epitome of a servant leader, and he was there to serve others, so we were aligned so much in our value systems that we had a great ride. I think the thing that grounded us every time and would always lead us to the right answer to the question is purpose. We were there to serve. People need to trust you as a leader, trust you as a community partner, trust you as an individual who's going to always be honest and forthright. In a large organization like that, collaborating was core. Gary didn't lead with his ego. Of course you had to have an ego to be able to lead that sort of system. You have to have self-confidence, self-assurance, but he did it with humility.
One of the things I really appreciate about Peggy is she will let you challenge the way she's thinking about something. And one, she usually invites it. She will say, okay, what are we not thinking about, or how do we need to think about this differently?
She's a nurse, a mom, and a wife, and in her leadership style, she has a little bit of that nurturing, and as a young, aspiring leader, having someone with that nurturing character was critically important because she encouraged, she taught, and she inspired by what she did.
I've modeled Gary here in many ways. Here at Children's, we want the children of Wisconsin to be the healthiest in the nation. That's our North Star. I want servant leaders on this team who know that we serve a greater purpose, and that's making kids' lives better. And if that's how they lead, how they show up, they can become part of the team. I expect that we're going to be on our game and be innovative and creative and do all the things we need to do to make kids' lives better, but we're going to make mistakes. And we have a saying around here, fail fast. Because if you're going down the wrong track, fail. Let's look, analyze, and move on. And that's why I think we've been particularly successful in this market.
Peggy has pushed me outside of any boundaries that I thought I could achieve. And I really think that's what great leaders do, right? They get you to do things that you never thought you were capable of doing. And then they say, now what's next? What are we going to do next?
She speaks to every employee. She takes genuine interest. It could be one of her senior team members. It could be one of our housekeepers. It could be a nurse on the floor. She wants them to know who she is. She wants to express that kindness, and she wants to hear from them. How's it going? What do you need?
I'm so motivated to motivate people, to help people become all they can be. And I do it in a way of appreciation, gratefulness, but also a high level of discernment about what it's going to take to make them be all that they can be. Because I've hired some pretty young people, people that are young in their careers, and took a risk, put them in some pretty important positions. But I feel that with a team that's very collaborative and collegial, and also with my willingness to spend the time with them, that I set them up for success. Because what you want to see at the end of the day is these people flourish, do better than you did. it doesn't get better than that. And I don't know that everybody feels that somebody doing better than them is okay. But the best thing you can do is walk out of the organization and hope that the organization is going to be led even better than when you were there. Best bosses should want people to move on to things that will fulfill their lives. One of the things we do really well around here is succession planning. We have depth charts on every position with every leader to assure that we have continuity and stability. So it's not just about any one person. Gary changed the course of my career and my life. I would not have been ready for this job here at Children's Hospital of Wisconsin if I had not had the mentoring and coaching of Gary. I learned so many important things about me as a person, about how I show up, and about how you effectively lead an organization, and the permission to be imperfect. That was so important to me, to be able to know that humility and imperfection it's an okay combination. But you still have to be strong and lead and be forthright and instill confidence in people. But there's another side to that. There's a soft side to that, that it's okay. And had I not learned that, I probably wouldn't be considered a best boss today.